What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do something on this channel I don't normally do, and I'm going to talk about a spoiler from next week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, if you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know I hate spoilers, okay? I do not like spoilers. I love to be surprised naturally, okay? I avoid the internet like the plague, all the wrestling articles and everything, especially if a Monday Night Raw and a SmackDown is being pre-taped, so I won't get anything spoiled at all. Now, what I learned today is that I don't need to worry about articles online or people online spoiling it to me. The thing I need to worry about is the most random thing you would ever think about. It is a little girl at Walmart in the fruit department. She just out of nowhere blurted out is on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, bro. And I just heard that in the moment I'm looking at my phone and watching my Rams lose on Monday Night Football. I got a double whammy of disappointment. Now, granted, the girl, she didn't know. She's a kid. You know, you can't really be mad at her. And it's kind of cool to see little kids becoming wrestling fans. So I just love when kids have fun watching something that I watch, you know, or anyone for that matter, right? But overall, I still was disappointed. So now that I know, y'all gotta know, okay? So if you don't want to know what I'm talking about, if you don't want to get spoiled, I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds to evacuate the building, get into your car, take your children, take your belongings, go home and have a safe trip and have a great night, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You still here? All right, you about to get it spoiled. So what happened is Rhea Ripley returned to Monday Night Raw, and I saw some videos to check out exactly if it's true. And for what I saw there was this big brawl between Liv Morgan and it looked like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill and Damage Control and Nia Jax was all in the ring, kind of like what they did last night at the end of Monday Night Raw, but it happened next week. And then eventually, all of a sudden, you hear Rhea Ripley's theme song and you see Liv Morgan's face. Now, I didn't see what preceded after that. I just know it happened, right? Now, the question is, how do I feel about Rhea Ripley returning? So, in this situation, I understand that it's because they want to add her as the 5th member of the Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's team for Wargames, and the motivation behind it makes sense. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan played Beat Saber with her face with some metal bats on NXT a couple weeks ago, so I get the motivation behind it. But the overall story, I think having her return right now is kind of a mistake. I think it is. And I know Rhea doesn't have any control over when she comes back. She has a job to do when WWE says come back, and I'm sure she loves being in the ring, so I'm not faulting them for that at all. But for the overall story, I think we've gotten to the point where most people were getting exhausted with the back and forth between Liv and Rhea Ripley. I think people were getting exhausted by it. Even though she has a new motivation as to why she wants to take down Liv Morgan, but after that match is over, what is going to be left? Right? Rhea Ripley's still going to be talking about she wants her title back that she never lost. And if she gets her revenge at War Games, it's like, what else is there to do? The back and forth has been repetitive. It's gotten exhausting for a lot of people, and there's no new elements that could get added to it at this point. And I thought it would be a lot more interesting for them to give this a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, to have her return like probably at Royal Rumble or something like that, and create a new storyline between the two leading up to WrestleMania, because at that time you'll give Liv Morgan more room to build up as a solo competitor, as a champion. So with Liv Morgan being the best that she's ever been at that point and Rhea Ripley returning, we'll see a Rhea versus the best version of Liv, and I think that storyline and that match overall will be a lot more interesting. But I do understand that WWE wants to bring back the Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley feud, so they put up a playlist about that on their YouTube, so it's going to be kind of interesting on how they built that up. And I do understand that WWE probably, I don't know if this is true, and I don't mean this as a disrespect to the women on the Raw roster, but I don't believe that they can make a convincing storyline from any other women on the roster to go against Liv Morgan other than Rhea Ripley at this point in time. Like, I think that's just going to be the case. Now, the question is Rhea Ripley going to cost Liv Morgan her title against Io Sky? Now, if that does happen, if she costs it against Io Sky, does that mean that Liv and Raquel will circle back around and face Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the titles and take it from them? Because again, Jade and Bianca is going to lose those titles, but there is no one there that can convincingly take it off of them. So I'm wondering if that is the goal next. I really feel like that Rhea came back at this point in time, and it's really weird that she came before that Liv and Io had their actual match. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. I really feel like that Rhea is going to cost her title, and they're going to end this feud way earlier than I actually thought. I thought it was going to stretch out to WrestleMania, but if she costs her title and this feud still goes on to WrestleMania, this is really stretching it out, and it might end up being the worst case of long-term booking besides the A-Town Down Under breakup, because for that one, they've been teasing that since February, and those guys are still together, and they barely been on TV. But anyway, at the end of the day, what do you guys think about the Rhea Ripley return? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Are you happy? Are you excited? What do you think can happen next from this? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute, peace, have a good day.